Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. RJ. The hell is he doing at this point? Bro, you are giving off major creep vibes. So, Luna is already started thinking about, the night that she had with Zende by accident because of the special mints. And RJ and Zende come over and they tell her about Hope and how they need to step up for her line. Now, Zende takes Thomas' side in this whole thing, and RJ takes Hope's side. Which, from RJ's standpoint, I'm surprised he's not Switzerland with this whole thing because he's related to both of them. But they're talking about that, and once again, they start praising Luna like she's the greatest gift to interns ever, right? Talking about they're both going to sit there and be working, all three of them going to be working really closely and stuff, and Zendy's just kind of like smiling, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He gives off those creepy vibes, like, yeah, I don't mind working with her very closely. I mean, it's not like we didn't work well before, right? Or something like that. And I'm just like, bro, you need to stop, right? And there's a line that he says where he's like, yeah, I understand what it's like to be with somebody, but not really, but not really being able to fully be with them in the way that you want to be with them. I'm like, bro, why are you saying that for? Why are you saying that for? Let's put it this way. This whole thing comes out. First of all, the question is always going to be, did you take advantage of her? Did you know she was under the influence? And even without that, you already start pushing yourself on her. You are in a position of power. You're above her. She's an intern. This is not going to end well for so many different reasons. And yeah, that's one of those reasons. So I'm like, bro, you really need to sit there and just kind of, like you really need to kind of just stop. Now, while that's going on, you got Hope and Liam. And Hope is all like, all right, well, let me have it. I'm waiting for that. I told you so. Come on, give it to me. You've been waiting to do it. Do your happy dance or whatever. Liam's like, I'm not here for that. I just want to sit there and make sure you're all right. What does Hope start doing? Let's blame Steffi. Now, she does sit there and talk about how she wasn't ready for marriage and everything like that. But, she blames herself for, she does blame herself for a little bit of this, right? Which I'm like, good. But then she playing Steffi, and I'm like, no, you're one step forward and two steps back. What are you doing? Why do you keep blaming her for? Honestly, to tell you the truth, if Thomas didn't want to leave, Steffi was not going to make him. So I don't understand why you keep sitting there blaming her. Oh, it was her fault. She tore the family apart. It's like technically you tore the family apart. If we're really gonna sit there and do this, you tore the family apart. You knew exactly he was into you the minute that you, out of all the people in LA, you decided to hook up with the guy who was once obsessed with you, and two, somebody you share a son with. What do you think is going to end up happening if you're not all in the same way that he is? You didn't think about that. You didn't think about that for yourself. You didn't think about that for your son. So this whole boo-hoo, cry me a river, I don't care. I really don't. Because yes, just for the new people that have watched my video for the first time, I understand where Hope is coming from. She just got out of marriage. Okay, cool. I get that. Also, she was 100% honest with him from day one. This is not going to go any further than us hooking up. Okay? She was honest with him. But the problem isn't the honesty. Okay? The problem isn't the honesty. The problem isn't the fact that she's not ready to commit. The problem is that she knew where he was. He literally came into the room in neon flashing lights, constantly confessing his feelings, saying he was in love with her. And if you knew that you weren't there, then you should have stepped back and be like, this isn't gonna work. Especially after he asked your hand in marriage the first time? You shouldn't just said no. You should have been like, you know what, listen, this is gonna work. Because I told you I wasn't ready, and right away you snipped there ready to propose to me. And what did you decide to do? You decided to wear his ring. Well, you gave it to me. It was your idea. Okay. I have a bunch of ideas. You're gonna sit there and try them? Why not? I mean, it's my ideas. But if it goes wrong, I mean, it's my idea, right? Like, come on, seriously? You didn't think at any point in time that he didn't want you to just wear it on his neck? I mean, wear it on your neck, that he wanted you to wear it on his finger? There are so many different ways she could have got out of this situation before it got to this point. Because now she's all like, well, Douglas is, he was upset and he was hurt and everything like that. Like, and you knew that. You didn't, like, it's not like you was there doing this behind Douglas' back and he had no idea. He knew what y'all were doing. He knew that y'all was spending time. You didn't think that you weren't just getting Thomas's hopes up, but you was also giving your son's hopes up too. But you didn't think about that because you thought about one person. You. What is this doing for me? How much confidence is he giving me? How much is he praising me? How much is he sitting there giving me that good love in the afternoon? Me. And now you're in this mess. You have nobody to blame except for you. Not Steffi, not Thomas, you. And when Steffi's sitting there talking to Finn about, hey, listen, she did this to herself. She strung my brother along. I don't feel bad for her, and now that you. Well, I agree. I mean, he could feel bad for her. And, she was like, I don't like the fact that you're defending her. I'm like, sweetheart, you can relax. There's nothing wrong with a bit of empathy, and she does realize that. But, she's like, hey, listen, when she starts getting into this whole, oh, she's a Logan, that's what she does, and that's what her family does, then it just brings up this whole Forrester versus Logans, and all the Logans are hard. Let me do my air quotes. All the Logans are bad, and they're selfish, and mean, and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. But with her specifically, yeah, yeah. There wasn't one thing that Steffi said that was wrong. Not one thing. So people sitting there saying, well, Hope, Steffi needs to sit there and back off, and, Steffi should have sat there and let him handle this. The thing is, that's her brother. And her brother already suffers from mental health issues. You think that as the older sister, she's not going to sit there and step in and intervene? When people sit there and say it wasn't Hope's business, well, Thomas is her brother. So that makes it, by definition, her business. So, yeah, it is what it is. I wonder what they're doing with this whole Zendaya, RJ, and Luna thing, because this isn't even a love triangle. This is like some twisted, warped version of what a love triangle is, because it's not like she actually has any feelings for Zendaya. She doesn't. The only thing that she's trying to do is keep the peace. What universe does that qualify as some sort of love triangle? I don't understand why they're trying to address it like that. If that didn't happen and she actually had feelings for him, then I can see how it would play out and it'd be, well, honestly, I'll tell you the truth, I don't really care about love triangles at all, but I could see how it would play out. But this is all sorts of wrong, because you got half the community they're saying that Zendy took advantage of her when it's just out of pocket, even when she's they're saying that's not what wound up happening. But now it's like, because of what happened, how are people sitting there rooting for those two to be together? I mean, it's not as bad as the Luke and Laura thing. Even that, to this day, I feel like I don't understand how people was like, they're the greatest love story ever. It's like, really? But this is bad nonetheless. Anyway, I feel like there's more. Can't think of it right now, but I know there's more. So Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows. General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless. Definitely come through, Bold and the Beautiful fans, because I do got some more to talk about that. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.